Hello, welcome to the Pursuit of Happiness. My name is Pastor Susanna Brown. Thanks for coming back for the second series. I've got some more exciting news and information to impart to you, the hearers that are tuned in today. Don't go past this channel. You're here for a reason and a purpose. Now you've got 24 minutes of my undivided attention. Aren't you blessed? Now, let's get on to business. I thought I could do something like tell a joke, just to start with. So, there was this 80-year-old woman in an older age. She married a funeral director. And what she did is she married him, and she's in her 80s, and a TV show decided they wanted to interview her. And so they sat her down and they said, Daisy, this is your fourth husband, if I'm correct. And she said, yes. And he said, well, you know, if you don't mind me asking, I don't want to put you on the spot, but it's just such a diverse type of, different backgrounds with all the, the previous husbands that you married. Tell me, why is it that you married one, a real estate agent, two, a circus manager, three, a preacher, and then now you're married to a funeral director? Is there any reason why you've connected with all of these diverse different backgrounds in these men? And Daisy turned around and said, yes, there is a reason actually, now that you've asked. She said, 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready, and 4 to go. I hope you got that. And if you didn't, just email me, send me an email and say, Susanna, that was sick. But moving right along, why not break the ice and tell a little funny one? And of course, I am the type that likes to do jokes here and there. So I'm going to introduce you to a little bit about my background today. You might be thinking, well, Suze, what do you mean about the pursuit of happiness? Again, it was on my heart that Melbourne, starting here at Melbourne, that we were to really understand the concept of happiness. They say that we're one of the happiest cities, or one of the most popular cities of the world. Melbourne, little old Melbourne, 3 odd million people. Send me an email if I'm out of whack with the numbers, but 3 to 4 million people in one little city, and we're renowned for one of the best cities in the world. Haha. But my statistics show that our divorce rate is high. Now, are we by any chance sweeping things under the carpet? Are we pursuing, as a little town or a little city, or you might call us a little town that's at the end of where Australia is? But Melbourne's renowned for what? Their coffees, their nightlife, their wealth. And Melbourne's renowned for a lot of things that look great on the outside. Sadly, my statistics show me that we have got a very high ratio of divorce rate here in Melbourne. Now, what my question is this: have we, as a people, decided that divorce was okay? On the previous series, we were talking about the pursuit of happiness. We were talking about how the pursuit of happiness is like putting on a suit, and the suit represented the different, adventure that, along our journey that we were encountering. We put on different suits for different reasons to make certain people in our lives happy. We become performance orientated. Is that not right? I know. You know why I know? Because I came from that background. I came from a performance-based background. I was brought up in Melbourne, like my grandmother would say, Tonaburi. I was brought up in Thornbury, in other words, that's the interpretation of Tonaburi. One of 6 children. Both my parents are Lebanese, and we weren't brought up, we were dragged up. And I might be speaking to someone here today where you've come from a background where your background has been messed up, and you're watching and saying, Suze, what is it that you have for me today? What is it that you have to speak to me in my life today? Well, hold on, hang in, get me a cup of coffee. I take 1 sugar, white thank you, and get right back, get comfortable, because I want to speak into your life today. I want to speak into your broken past. I want to give you some pieces to the puzzle as to why you've been searching and looking and trying this out and trying that out and having, rummaging around looking for a pursuit of happiness that will put a band-aid on the deep pain that you face. Did you get me my coffee? Okay, thank you. I'll pretend I'm drinking it. No. Well, back on a serious note. The pursuit of happiness is an awareness, and it's like an alert. I want to liken it to Melbourne. Have a listen to Susanna Brown. It's like an alert or a sense of urgency that we need to wake up from our slumber. Divorce should not even be a part of our everyday life, because I can tell you from the early 1900s, like I told you last series, that the divorce ratio is growing like never before. And we have an epidemic here in Melbourne, let alone Australia. But I'm talking to Melburnians right now because this is community TV. So I'm going to get to Australia, don't worry. They're going to hear some of this. But we have an epidemic, and the epidemic might not be polio, or it might not be a virus where we can get a shot and it could just like be, subdued. We're talking about a live bacteria that represents the word divorce, and it's spreading like wildfire, and it's about time that we had a rude awakening, and it's going to take Susanna Brown to shed some light on some things as to why the current problem of divorce has got underlying issues that have been ignored. Or swept under the carpet. It breaks my heart. When I do the study on divorce, the word divorce means, D in the Greek means two, and divorce means vision. Two separate visions. You might be saying, Suze, but you don't know what my husband's doing. Or you might be saying, Suze, my wife's a gambler. You might be saying, Suze, my husband, he cheats behind my back, or he's never home. He's busy making money all the time. And you know what? I want to say this again. I came from that upbringing. My father and my mother had a restaurant in the heart of Melbourne, Little Collins Street, very successful. My mum had 6 kids, all in the age range of, say for example, under 5 years. So in every 15 months, she had a child. The last 2 were twins, if you're wondering and you're doing your sums. The last 2 were twins. I'm number 4. My father was working all the time, and my mother was trying to keep house the best she could with 6 children. The amount of pressure that came upon this married couple.